Oh snap, happy 2020 everybody, new decade, new tutorials, new nah, not really, same old Antidote, same old Sam, bringing you the tutorials. This is gonna be a good time. We're starting off the new decade or the new year with a brand new series called Tips and Tricks for, and then you kind of fill in the blanks. So this episode is gonna be all about build-up, so tips and tricks for build-ups. Actually, I screwed that up, it's 5 tips and tricks for. So yeah, I haven't forgotten about the noisier episodes, they're gonna start happening soon. In the meantime, this is 5 tips and tricks for build-ups, so let's get started. For example, I have this build-up here. Doesn't really sound like a build-up, it does, however, sound like a drop. So here's where the 5 tips and tricks come in. Some might be obvious and some may not be, so stay tuned. So I've muted some elements and taken out some others so we can start from scratch. But I just muted the drums because I like them how they are. Literally 2 elements to the drums, claps on the downbeats. Just, you know, add a little bit more energy, add a little bit more hype. I think that, yeah, claps on the downbeat come from like the festival vibe or a show and you're like clapping with DJ or artist or musician on stage, and so that's where they come from. So if you put them into your track, it kind of gives that live festival feel, which who doesn't want, honestly? While we're still on drums, it is important to have the kick build up. Fairly slow, nothing's really happening. You got a little tiny bit of a groove, and then faster, faster, faster than that. So we've got a filter here, we're gonna add some frequency automation. Boom, bam, simple. So the drums together with this build up. Oh, they're getting faster. Something's obviously about to happen. That is the drums, the festival claps, and the faster element. You could substitute the kick for the snare. That works really well in like housey genres, etc, etc. Drums, tick. For the next little section, we're gonna add in some risers. If you don't have any risers, I'll honestly leave a link down in the description. Download some risers, they're super helpful. Yeah, so let's just add a couple of risers and there, no, not that one. I like that one. And we can fade this as well. There and there. Risers just add to the energy, they're super easy to use. You just lay them on your build-up or your track, good to go, honestly. Add to the energy. You might need to turn it down. We will need to turn it down. Notice that brief moment of silence right before the drop, just like a... That's not even part of the 5, that is just a free top tip just chucked in there. Adding silence right before the drop. How it's just give it that extra, I don't even know, it's kind of like a tension and release thing, just build up, silence. Oh, where is it? And then it all comes in, the drop, fully in your face, just tension and release. It's all about the build up and the drop. Another thing we could do is low pass elements or high pass, whatever you prefer. And this is like restricting the low frequencies and letting them in, or restricting the high frequencies and letting them out. So yeah, we can check this on our chords like I've already done here, but we can do that from scratch. So new automation, make sure the frequency is selected, dotted lines, and then draw that in. That's probably too much. Oh, that's a perfect amount. So we're getting more frequencies. The drums are speeding up. We've got more risers. Something's definitely happening. It's the build up. And like the kick build up, we're also gonna do a snare build up. So let's go from the halfway point. We've got 4 bars there and we've got another 4 here. So we can just do some speedy. And then some speedier. Easy, kind of like what I did with the kicks, but it's just another element to it. And we'll low pass this in. No, we're gonna high pass this actually. Let's chop and change it for a little bit here. And we could even high pass that out again. Has that even been done in EDM history? I don't know, probably has. With a little bit of resonance. We got one more to go. So the couple of things you can do on the master channel are as follows. Gain. Do some automation, click there right before the drop, and then when we get right before the drop, we'll just turn it down maybe 3 dB, no 5 dB, yeah, around that, so it gets quieter, subtly quieter, and then boom, in the drop once again. And another high pass, kind of like what we did with the gain. We're just gonna add a little subtle frequency automation on the high pass, just like sweep out the low end just a little bit, and then of course, then comes the drop. Way! Like if you go to a live show and you see DJs go like this, right before the drop, then chances are they're writing the high pass filter, which is what we've done here, and cutting out the low frequencies to give more emphasis for the drop. 5 elements are as follows: automation on the master, whether it be the volume to turn it down subtly, bring it back in when the drop comes. High pass filter, sweep out the low frequencies a little bit, then the drop comes in. Drums, faster and faster, then the drop comes in. Rises, building up, then the drop comes in. Snares, you know, you watch the tutorial, you know what happened. Like I said, since this is gonna be a series, there's gonna be an episode on top tips for the drop, breakdown. Do intro and outro need top tips? This actual song showcase is for our latest pack, Limitless, link in the description. You guys have been great. Welcome to the new year, welcome to the new tutorials, new series. It's gonna be a bang of a year. 2020 is gonna be good times. I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial or whatever we're doing on this channel. Have a great day and see ya!